I tried to change my life by the end of 2025, within 5 months. Did I succeed? Okay, so very quickly, here are the categories that I wanted to change in. That was, first of all, social media. I think this is probably pretty self-explanatory. Spend a lot less time scrolling on social media and also less time on YouTube and Netflix. Then the next goal was loneliness/disconnectedness. And I've been living in the city for almost 3 years and I still don't really feel very connected to a lot of people here. So I wanted to change that. Then the third goal is performance. I'm a singer. So I wanted to use any chance that I could to get any performance that I could. And where that was impossible, possibly make my own performances, create my own opportunities. And the last goal is movement. Move as much as possible, dance, walk, do some strength workouts. Yes, that's the recap of what I wanted to achieve. Let's see if I did. First of all, social media. I feel like my social media habit, let's call it, has gotten a lot better. I definitely have days where I spend more time on social media and where I do scroll a bit and watch some reels and stuff like that. But I would say that I have definitely reduced that. Some days are better than others for sure, but I've realized that a bit of an up and down is not necessarily a bad thing, and that's okay. Some days I will spend practically no time outside of when I'm posting on social media, and other days I might spend a little bit of time on there, and that is okay. I also wanted to spend less time on YouTube and Netflix. Have I succeeded in that? I feel like I do spend less time on it, especially on Netflix, and somewhat less on YouTube. I definitely nowadays do have a lot of evenings where I do not want to watch anything, where I'll read or I'll do a painting by numbers. I have paintings like that right now, a few of them, and I'm really enjoying that. Do something like that, something creative, something that does not involve a screen. And I do actually kind of crave that nowadays. It's definitely not every evening that is like that. And I think that is okay. Like maybe 4 to 5 evenings a week, I will want to watch a little something. But at least 2, often 3, I will not want screens. And I think that's actually beautiful. I do think that is quite the achievement. The only thing that I want to work on a little further is, first of all, consistency in all of these areas, and also a little less YouTube. I think that would be very good. Concerning loneliness and disconnectedness, I feel like this month has been a pretty social month. That was mostly to do with seeing a lot of family, seeing friends and stuff like that. So, kind of winter stuff, Christmas stuff. It's kind of inevitable that you're going to see a good few people if your family celebrates Christmas and celebrates Christmas in a family environment. So yeah, I did have a very social December, but I feel like generally the disconnectedness and loneliness goal, I still have a lot of work to do in that department. Why is it so hard making friends in your 20s? Can anybody tell me? I have tried in different ways over the last 5 months to make friends. I've gone to like club thing, not like club, but like a book club and things like that. I've tried with working out. I've tried, honestly, every situation that I could think of where you could make a friend, and I haven't made a single one. This goal will definitely carry on over into 2026, where I hope maybe I'll figure this out more. Also, spring, summer tends to be a time when people are a little more willing to meet people, make friends, be more social outside of actual like holidays like Christmas. So that is my hope. I will make new friends, in-person friends next year. Concerning performance, I did give busking a try. It was not super successful, let's just say that. I have been doing TikTok lives regularly for 1.5 years at this point, so I do get to do a bit of performing a few times a week. Aside from that, I didn't have a lot of success in the performance category. That's why I'll be creating my own opportunities for the next year. I will definitely give busking another try once it's not quite so freaking cold outside. It's so cold these days. And it probably will be throughout January and possibly part of February too, so that's not really an option. But, late February, early March is when I can definitely start it again. I only need like a few days to catch up again on the songs that I wanted to play on my guitar. It'll be fine. It'll be okay. And until then, I have another thing that I've started planning, and I've been planning all for over a month at this point. I will be doing monthly online concerts. I don't know quite how I'm going to execute it yet, but they will be fabulous. They will each have a theme, and I've already planned the first 3. I already have the backing track all finished for the first one, and I'm practicing the songs. Next step is going to be the outfit, so if you care about that kind of thing, definitely follow along, because I will be making videos about this too. It's going to be cool. If the performance opportunities don't present themselves to me, even with my reaching out and hard work and everything, then I will just create them for myself. Thank you very much. Getting performances, depending on where you live, can be really hard. It's really hard here where I live, and this is something that's generally acknowledged in the music community, that for beginner artists, it's really hard to get performance opportunities. That's something I don't like about my city. I have considered moving, but it's definitely not happening like anytime in the near future. So we're going to make the best out of the time we have right now and create our own opportunities. Our last category, movement. I feel like I have found a bit more of a groove with this. Mostly in the sense that I dance regularly again, and that was honestly the most important thing for me. Dance regularly, because that keeps my chronic pain a bit in check and it's good for my body. Concerning other things like strength workouts, it's always a bit difficult, because honestly, so far, every strength workout that I have tried out gives me, even over like 6 to 8 weeks, gives me such intense chronic pain flare-ups to the point where I can't do it anymore. I can't, and where I have to quit eventually. I am back on the hunt for something that will not make it unbearable for me to live. Yeah. So I will find something eventually. Until then, we're dancing, and that is good. That is good for my body, that is good for my mood, and we'll stick with that until I figure out something else on top of that does work. I will continue the dancing, especially. That's very important for me. I want to make that a regular part of my routine, because I feel like I've started establishing that now, and I just need to continue in. And that's definitely a goal for 2026. The lessons I've learned from this experiment, and there's a few. First of all, I need to listen to my body. That was especially essential with the movements one, but also generally speaking. I've generally learned to listen more to my body. When is it enough? And that's not just physically, but also mentally. This is something that I feel like is a lesson that I really need to learn, and I need to get better at recognizing when is it enough? When have I worked enough? When have I done enough? When do I need to just turn off a little bit and have a break? I feel like I've started noticing the patterns more and getting better at that, and that's such an important lesson to learn. Another lesson I learned was definitely that social media is best in moderation. Social media, Netflix, YouTube, all of that, best in moderations. If you do a little bit of it here and there, absolutely no problem. Just don't let it take over your life, your thinking. It's not that deep. Don't let it be that deep. The next lesson I learned, and I think this has been pretty obvious in this entire challenge, making friends is hard. I feel like the actual process of making a friend probably wouldn't be so hard, but finding people whom you can make friends with is, for me at least. Where do I find those people? Where are they hiding? Where are y'all hiding? Find me. Another lesson I learned, this is the last one I want to share with you all today, is if nobody gives you any chances, create your own opportunities. I'm not saying that in the sense it's easy, because it's not. Creating your own opportunities takes work and thought, and it's going to be imperfect, and you're going to get better over time if you keep doing it. But if nobody wants to give you a chance, then you got to prove that you're worth giving a chance to. Create your own opportunities. Be your own hype person, be your own manager, be your own everything. This is kind of what it's like being an independent artist. You got this. And there will come the point where they're all after you and be like, oh, can you please come play at our show or something like that? And then you will have the choice. When maybe a year or two previously, they were like, no, I don't want you at my show. Ew. They're not that mean. Usually they just don't answer. Where one thing that I had was somebody getting really creepy with me after offering me a performance opportunity at an actual location. We don't do that. Be safe. That's also always an important thing. Stay safe. Be safe. If something doesn't feel good, it's probably not good. I learned a lot of things these past 5 months. I think it was definitely a worthy challenge, and it showed me where I need to work more and what more specifically in these areas I need to work on. Except for the making friends part, like I'm lost there. I'm kind of lost. But we'll figure something out eventually. It was a worthy challenge, and eventually maybe I'll do a challenge like this again because it's fun, you know? It's silly. It's not that deep. Thank you for listening. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you all again really soon. Bye! They just fade.